Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 55 of the Stone Age Gamer podcast. We are live here at TooManyGames. My name is Chris. I am your host. With me tonight, it looks like tonight because it's raining, but today is Dean.
Hi.
Tiff.
Hello.
And Dan.
Hey.
Dan is our eye candy.
Damn right I am.
You know, I'm getting a little pissed off about the amount of times I'm getting passed over for the eye candy title.
I mean, you married a sexy man. What can I say? I like this plan of holding the microphone.
Yeah.
This is so much better than leaning over. Like, I'm so much happier already. All right. Thank you, everybody, for showing up to our panel. We're very happy to be here. This is TooManyGames, which is a fantastic convention. I've been... my wallet has been literally screaming at me the entire time I've been here because there's so many things I want to buy.
Yeah, we've been here for a half hour and spent $40 already. Like, we just walked around and went, yes and yes, good, all right, now more money will be spent when we're done.
My wallet actually stopped working at one point, and I couldn't buy anything anymore. But that's a story for another day.
Speaking of other days, this is a terrible segue.
You can't win all the time.
The topic for it's par for the course for me.
Yeah, really, they're not good.
The topic for today's podcast, which we started at the last live show that we did a while ago at Garden State Comic Fest, is called "It's Dangerous to Go Alone. Take $20." So what we've all done is before the show is independently of one another, traveled around the show with $20 budget to try to find the coolest and strangest thing that we can find for $20. And it will be up to you, our wonderful audience, to judge who grabbed the coolest thing for $20.
Spoiler alert, it's me.
Says you. Well, we're going to need, actually, we do have another judge somewhere, but she seems to have vanished off the face of the earth.
I think
I'll get her back in here. You just keep going.
Animal
All right,
Crossing.
good. All right, she's off somewhere checking her street passes. So,
She can't be. Her DS is right there.
oh, valid point. Where could she be?
Wait, hold on. She's in the game. Where is Chess? We need to, like, this is an emergency.
Well, the
is
show
actually
must
kind
go
of
on.
a
I'll
Shut the
figure it
show
out.
down. It really would,
Jay
right?
Payne, come back to us. Anyways.
Yeah, let's
All right, well,
keep
she's
going.
dead. That sucks.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
fine.
a darn shame. So,
We're gonna
I'm
miss her.
I'm assuming everyone is having fun today, correct? We're all having a good time. And
Well, we're
everybody
happy
out
for
here-
that.
I'm happy for that. So I guess we'll kind of jump.
Oh, she lives.
She lives. Yes.
Everyone, applaud Jay Payne.
Your brother is
And
not
you're-
more important than we are.
Seriously, family more important than this? I think not. I gotta ask, what's hanging around your neck there? Is that a?
It's a vest, and this is actually a replica of the Water Dragon scale from the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword that I
Oh,
That's pretty boss.
Wow, nicely done.
He wins the podcast.
Did it cost you less than $20?
Free, see?
Free. Wow, even better.
Exactly.
All right, so now that our esteemed judge is here, as well as all the other wonderful people here in the room, we're going to start our contest. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So, one of the, by far, most amazing television shows that there has ever been is the IT Crowd. Has anyone in here seen the IT Crowd? And we're, okay.
Superfan Helmet is here for you.
Superfan Helmet is the only one who's seen the IT Crowd.
All one of you. Congrats.
For those, so I have just lost the podcast. However, that's totally fine because all of you, when you get home tonight or tomorrow or whatever you're doing with your lives, you're going to go on Netflix and you're going to watch the IT Crowd. Yes, you will.
It's a pretty good show. You should watch it.
It is
See
amazing.
the future.
You will steal someone's Netflix account, sir, and it's going to be great. It is one of the most incredibly nerdy and funny and rewatchable shows that there has ever been. And one of the main characters of the show is a man named Morris Moss. And this is the type of guy who, when he gets nervous, he gets a hot ear, so he keeps a bottle of water with him to squirt himself in his ear, right, because he's getting hot. On the show, the intro is done in pixel art, which is very exciting to see. You know, it's not a very normal thing for a modern TV show.
You should give them some background. Played by the ever-talented Richard Ayoade.
Yes. See, this is where the PowerPoint presentation would come in handy.
I'm sorry I didn't prepare it. I'm sorry.
Come on, Dean.
If only we had known.
So, as I was walking around on the show floor, we got here late because we got stuck in traffic, so I had to kind of rush. But I was really excited to see one of these. They're perler beads, right? Like, that's what you made your water scale
Yes.
out of? That's what it's called? Yeah. Perler beads? Okay. So, as I was walking around, I saw a guy with a bunch of perler bead stuff, and everything was way too expensive around most of the show floor because, I would love to get a giant Metroid, but I'm not spending $75 on something I could do myself, theoretically. So I did find, however, over at Bead Guy's Toy Box, Martin Cobb is the illustrator, the spriter, and the bead artist. He's a cool guy. He's right back there on the show. He had, for $20, a perler bead Morris Moss. That makes me really, really happy.
That's pretty good, Dan. I like that.
It's pretty fabulous.
That's marvelous.
And I promise you, if any of you had seen the show,
It would make way more sense.
This would be way more impactful to you. But I digress.
Even without knowledge of the show, that's pretty awesome.
Right? I love it.
I mean, because you've got yourself just a nerd thing.
Yeah.
Just a nerd statue.
$20 well spent, my friend.
I love it. I love it.
That's what I got.
Glorious. Who's next?
I'll go.
We're just gonna go along this way. We're just gonna go down the
Oh,
line.
I get to go last? Cool. Very cool.
Okay.
No. I guess I have to do it. I'm on the podcast.
So, sometimes in life, you find yourself in the need of the comfort of your father. Only one person can give you that kind of comfort, while at the same time deriding your existence and making you feel terrible about yourself. So at those times, what better way to comfort oneself, as I dig through my bag, by laying your head on a stuffed representation of your dear father.
I
can't-
almost bought this.
What is it? I can't see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the king of all cosmos.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, look, she's got one over there. See? Woo!
Fantastic.
And he's so soft, and he's not at all as rude as he is in the game. It's lovely.
That's pretty fantastic. I like that one.
I literally walked past that and said, I might have to get that before I leave.
I'm going to leave that right there so you can all bask in its awesomeness as you watch whatever weirdness the rest of these guys got.
I always wondered what the back of his head looked like.
Well, now
you know.
Apparently, it's
And
like
knowledge is power, sir.
This is fantastic. Like, I'm mad that I bought this now. Like, I want to go back and just buy another one.
I'm actually angry at you for not buying this.
You should be. I didn't see it. I saw this first.
If you got in a pillow
I
fight
jumped.
with those things, would like the world explode or something? Just
I
add.
think so.
No, all the stars in the sky would be destroyed, and then
Oh.
we would have to replace them.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I'm
again.
mostly excited to take it home and watch my dog hump it. Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah? Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Chris, I
She's not
guess
wrong.
I guess you're up.
All right, I'm up. I just want to say, like, if there's any kind of awkward pauses, we usually do this online via Skype, and we're very rarely in the same room at the same time. So this is kind of it's a unique experience for us all to be in the same place at the same time. And
We don't really like looking at each other.
No. I mean, I don't like looking at me, and I'm sure they don't like looking at me. Although I am gussied up in a Super 3D Noah's Ark T-shirt, which
Yeah, big shout out to Stone Age Gamer for
Yes.
supplying us with the sweet threads.
thank you, StoneAgeGamer.com. For
Yeah,
these
yeah,
awesome
we all
shirts.
got sweet duds from them, and I mean, you could go check out their booth. They're doing tons and tons of stuff over there. They got all their EverDrives lined up. They got one of their new products, the Dreamcast.
Yes, the Dreamcast thing that I don't know what it's called. Did my mic disappear?
I think your mic just turned off.
Yes, it did.
What have I done?
Hang on, grab that microphone
Turned
quickly.
it off.
Quickly.
The electronics
on?
doesn't
All right,
want
we're
you
good.
to
There's
win
an
either.
on and off switch on the microphone.
One of those-
We'll fix it. We'll fix
God.
it in post.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so as I was walking around the show floor this morning looking for what to buy for this podcast, I came across a great many things. The one thing that I had my heart set on that I almost picked up for this was a Sega Activator in the box, which is, if you guys don't know what the Activator is, it's an octagon that goes on the floor that you stand in and, like, punch and kick and do fake moves, and the Sega Genesis pretends it understands what you're doing, and really you just feel like a jackass while you're doing it. So I looked at that thing and said, oh, an Activator in the box? Oh yeah, this is it. This is going to win for me. And so I decided on that. I went over to get some money and get a bag to hide it in, and I came back and I explained to the nice people at Lucky Fun Time Video Games, great little cat in a pipe there, it's fantastic. I explained to them what they were doing. They said, well, if you're looking for weird, we have this. Give me a moment here. So I saw this thing, and I knew that it was the right way to go.
It's a big old box. Like, he brought this in. He wouldn't let me look at it or anything, so I'm pretty interested to see what it is.
Good lord.
Is that a
This
bus
is-
simulator? What is that?
The Sega Video Driving System. Now take a moment to look at these facial expressions on this box here.
I'm pretty sure the mom thinks she's about to die.
The mom thinks she's in this little car, and she's gonna die. I don't know if the dad is happy or sad. Like, something's going on there, but that kid's just having a blast. And he's just having a jolly old time. So what this is like, it's one of those old, I think it's a VHS thing. And you plug in this VHS tape of yourself driving, and then you pretend to drive with this little steering wheel thing. And
But like not even on a race course. Like you're just driving on the street next to a bus.
that's what it looks like. I'm gonna, yeah. There's a little car that sits on the front. I'm gonna open this up because I didn't actually open it up when I bought it. I'm a smart buyer. Put this mic down for a second.
It's phone books.
Yeah, so I'm a little scared here with this. It just seems like erratic driving simulator. You know, there's just buses and cars breezing past you, and you have to try your hardest to avoid them. Though since it's on a VHS, can you actually lose? Are there points or something?
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Dude. We are about to find out.
Wait, we have a VHS player here?
Dude, sealed in box. Look at
this
that,
is-
manual and all.
Look at
Wow,
this. It's
look
got
at
the
the
stickers,
stickers.
and oh my goodness, this has been
Yeah,
opened.
I can't beat that.
Oh my God, look at this.
Chris,
Yes, but
in a
can you
litany
cuddle
of
with it
dumb
at night?
things that you have ever purchased, this may be the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
No, that Batman brush he ran through his hair.
Yeah, true.
That was
How
pretty
is it
dumb.
least practical.
Wow, look,
See,
this has like the little things to stick it to whatever you're sticking it to, and dude, none of this stuff has been applied. And it's also not even kinda in English, so I can't
So
even
it's unused
pretend.
in box and still was only $20.
It still was only $20, but it was made by Sega. Look at the car. Ha! Oh my God, this is awesome, dude! Look at this little wheel. Check this. It's a little wheel. It's got the little Sega symbol on it, and then there's this monstrosity.
really-
You got that there? All right, there we go.
Wow. All right, so it looks like this. Okay, I see what goes on here. All right, so this goes in front of your TV, and you have to sit out somewhere with this initial steering wheel.
Does the car move?
One of these? Oh, wow. We have somebody in the audience who actually had one of these. So as you're playing, like, you steer the wheel and this thing moves back and forth? Oh, that's fantastic. And here it is, the VHS tape in all of its glory.
It could have only gotten better if it was on Betamax.
I want to see what's on the tape. Oh, look at the screenshots on the back. Realistic cows.
You're literally
This
just
is-
driving
this is-
down a country road.
They better be realistic. It's just a real life video.
This is like just...
It's the worst home movie ever made.
I can't believe this is real. Like, it's just like a... Wow, this thing will not open. And I'm not going to rip this box. You're coming with me. You're coming with me!
I'm sure it's just a regular old VHS tape in there.
Yeah, but I want to see what's on the label.
He will cry
You're
if he
not going
rips
to be
it.
able to read it.
You don't know. I can read VHS tapes by looking at them.
Can you, Chris?
I won't know till I try. Ha, gotcha. Ah, see? I didn't know that this was going to be gray. You didn't know that either.
It's not. It's beige.
You're beige.
It's more of a taupe.
This is phenomenal.
Sick burn, Chris.
Wait, you can read.
Oh, you can read the
We have someone in the audience.
We don't know what that is, but if you want to come up here and try, by
come
all
on up.
means.
We're gonna give this a try.
You can come up here and make it up, and we'll all sit here and go, "Wow, I suppose so." That's
So
awesome.
this says you're supposed to take the cow and drive it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
I can probably suss out that.
All right, cool. What does the case say?
Let's see. Shringu. Hara hara shringu. Like, what the heck does that mean? Shringu.
It's in 80s Japanese. It's different.
Yeah. It sounds like they're very like. It sounds like almost like they're saying, "Hey, shring!" Like we're going really fast or something.
Like,
Vroom,
hey,
vroom.
we.
And
kind of thing?
it says Sega Video Driving System. I'm kind of sad they didn't just go with the pun and say Sega Master Drive.
Chris, we need to bring this back and rebrand it.
family driver. Family driver. There we go.
Good for you, Chris.
Papa yoru maizo. Yori maizo. Something about like going along with Papa. Like, this is really cool. I'm driving with Papa.
Japan's awesome.
Because mom can't drive.
Well, no,
Oh,
obviously.
Christopher.
I'm sold. I mean, I want one.
Baku unten. Unten is to drive. Baku, I don't know what Baku is, but it's something. Well, that's Baka. This is Baku. Yes, close, but no cigar. But someone's driving. So. Yeah, it's like driving with Papa. They keep saying Papa. It's like, I'm so cute. I'm gonna go drive with Dad. Oh, yeah.
This is a hard.
Well, now we know why
This is
Mom's
the-
scared. They probably got into a terrible car accident.
I am terrified. Well done.
Yeah, so what
Thank
was your
you
name?
Very much.
What was your name? I'm Becca. Hi, Becca. Thank you very much for the translation. Well, there you go. There's my $20 escapade. The what was this called? The
real
Sega driving
question
system?
is, how much are you going to spend on an old VHS player to be able to play this?
There's none. I have several of them.
Of course you do.
Dude, the people at this booth at Lucky Fun Time Video Games were so happy to be rid of this thing. Like, they were so happy they didn't have to take this home. And they were really excited when I was going to buy the activator, too. They were really excited to not have to take it home.
More shit we don't have to drag back.
And I actually
What if this-
might go back and buy that activator.
What if this is like the video game version of Annabelle, and that's why they're so excited to get rid of it and only sold it for $20? Like, in the middle of the night, you're going to wake up and hear, like, wee.
The car's just driving back and forth screaming Papa.
Papa, no.
I don't want to drive down the road anymore yet. That is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
All right, Dean, you're up.
All right, Dean. Come on. What you got? By the way, if it is a copy of Rainbow Six, you've won. It's a joke for a few of us, but it's
That's
okay.
a deep cut.
Yeah, that was a deep cut. Thank you, Dan.
If you've listened to our older
for you,
episodes
sweetie.
of our podcast, Dean has a history with Rainbow Six.
Go die. So, you know what's really awesome besides these shirts?
What's that, Dean?
I think he's right. I'm going to say you.
Well, yeah, I am awesome. But, you know, there's other dressing apparels in different countries that are way better than what we normally wear here. And I just so happen...
Dean, did you buy a kimono?
He totally bought the kimono.
Wait. There's more. Because when you buy a kimono, you have to buy a belt.
Sure, common knowledge.
Belts come separate. So,
Or do they?
at this booth, they do. Can our esteemed judge come up here and give me a hand with this? I don't think I could tie this by myself.
Are you asking for help to get dressed?
Yes, I am.
You're a grown man.
No, she had to do it for me. So. There we go.
And once again, we've reached the part of the podcast where I am very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
yeah, Dean's,
Yeah, I mean, of course you can.
Dean's
you
gonna
know,
need to get some pictures with the kimono.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm feeling swanky. I mean, this has added at least 20 points to my manhood rating right now. So, yeah, I mean, if only I had a samurai sword, it could only get
Nobody
better.
gave him a sword. He
No,
is not
everyone give me a
responsible
sword.
enough
I
for a
would-
sword.
All right, so yeah, if you guys want to get your pictures in, I guess I'll come around, down and around right now, and you guys can talk about how fantastic or stupid I look.
We really need to see it in action. Like, you need to walk. We need to see it in
can
action.
I get a twirl?
Can we get a twirl, Dean?
Yeah, I'll get down the runway here. Judge, can you
make sure
move
you pose at
the
the
mic
end.
stand so I don't hit that?
Dean,
you-
remember, you have to smize.
Yeah,
with your eyes.
smize.
That's a thing I've heard. someone on a show say?
And walk with
Tyra?
purpose.
Yes.
It's
I have
smiling with
no
your
idea.
eyes. Wow.
Smile with that.
So for anyone who's listening at home, Dean is currently strutting around the room in a kimono.
And he is fierce.
Does anybody here watch Orphan Black? Because right now he is really reminding me of Felix from Orphan Black, and it's really something special. My goodness.
Dean, I have never been more attracted to you than at this very moment. It is stunningly beautiful.
I'm gonna leave it on. You know, I'm just gonna leave it on for the rest of the podcast. It's actually quite comfy. I might wear this around the house now. You know, I might get actually some pictures. You know, believe it or not, with one of these on. So yeah, this is mine. I got it from Obi-Wan Kimono. That was the name of the company.
It's not Obi-Wan Kenobi or something like that?
No,
Like
no.
Obi-
This is not actually a kimono. It's called like a what was it? Yukata. Yeah, it's a men's yukata, which I guess is
Our
the
audience
male
is way more
version of
knowledgeable
a.
than we are.
Yeah.
It's like a dress, but it's for spring.
Oh, so he shouldn't have anything on underneath
it's your
it?
spring look.
Thank God,
So
because
he
I'm not
shouldn't
taking
have
off.
something on underneath it, is what you're saying. Maybe.
There's a lot of sexiness under these clothes. I don't know if you can handle that. Well, good. I do feel good in this. I did happen to cheat a little bit. I'm gonna have to be honest here. The yukata itself was $15, but it doesn't. I look stupid without the belt. So
Technically, I paid for the bill.
yes.
Disqualification.
All right, so we can only judge you on the kimono, not the belt.
Yeah.
The belt often go like this.
I have to do the truffle shuffle. Oh, okay, all right. I mean, if you guys just wait, like a real pervert.
Wow.
There's nowhere else to go.
Okay. I did not
Might I
expect
commend
that.
you on the color choice? It really brings out your
Yeah,
eyes.
you know, the kimono lady came over and she's like, yeah, green, that's good. It stands out, but not too much, and it all matches. And I was just staring at her like, $20, here you go. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I mean, I saw this and I was like, you know what? It's either that or I ride in on Megaran, but he was busy, so I didn't get that chance. If I could have paid him $20 to ride him into the podcast, that would have been fantastic.
Yeah,
how could I have not have won with him rapping? That would have had to been.
That would have been
with him
that would have
rapping.
been the victory,
Dean is winning.
The
Yeah,
victory
but
shot right there.
it's okay. Maybe next year.
Wow.
I would have to imagine that's more than $20. I mean,
For 10 seconds of his time, for him to be right there, me go out, and then him run in with me on it. All right, well, maybe it's a little humiliating for him, but
Yeah.
I would do it if I was his size. He's a big dude. He could definitely hold me up. I weigh like 100 pounds.
anybody in the audience got $20 and want to ride Dean?
Dan, do not extend that invitation.
There you go, Dean.
No, it's okay. We're good. We're good. End the podcast. Don't worry.
I would hope
Wait,
that
I
your
win,
father would not
right?
support that decision.
Can I ride a 26-year-old through the convention for $20? Dad, can you give me $20?
But he's wearing
Yeah.
a kimono.
It's totally legit.
Covered this.
All right.
right.
There's nowhere to go from here. That's it.
Well, our esteemed audience, we're going to need some votes here. So, who won? Was it Dan with his?
It was not.
I forget what it was
It's
called.
Okay. It's all right.
Yeah, go home, Dan. Whatever. Well, no, you got one.
All right. Was it Tiff with her King of All Cosmos glorious pillow
The king of all cosmos.
We got
in
two.
pillow form?
The king.
Was it me with my
bias.
whatever the hell that thing was? Oh, that's pretty good. And was it Dean with his kimono?
I feel pretty good about that.
Jess, you are our official
Ooh,
judge.
no, we have a tie. You have to have a dance off.
Do we have time for a dance
Do
off?
I have to
When's
go
this
buy?
in?
Can I go buy the activator?
Yeah, that should. Can you dance, Chris? Can you wear the kimono for this? Can
before
you
we
bust
do
a
this,
move with
can
the
you
kimono on?
dance?
You do realize this is an audio podcast.
Not for the people in here.
I mean, I can try, but I can't dance.
All right,
well.
no, screw it. No
I know,
dance off.
it's,
But we're not doing any more like trivia contests because I always lose those.
Well,
Dean needs a win. I'm just putting that out there.
Jess, who is our winner today?
Okay, well, he's telling me who to pick.
Remember who you're driving home with.
He wins.
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah, D wins. All right. Feel good about myself. Okay.
Anytime I can steal a victory from you, Chris, is a good day for me.
Dan, super sour over there.
He's salty because I took a win from him from our trivia contest for the year.
Yeah, a legit win that I won, which is a terrible sentence.
Dan, that
but I
was
stand
lobbed
by
to
it.
you, that win, okay?
You know, if
Yeah.
you had won today, I would have given you a point for
No,
it.
you
but
wouldn't have.
I
You're a
swear
terrible
I would
person.
have.
But you
I am a
have a
terrible person,
Perler
it's
beat
true.
Maurice Moss.
I do have a
You
Perler
are
beat
the
Maurice
winner.
Moss.
It's true. I don't think there's any losers here today.
No, there's really not. Really, please go home and watch this show. IT Crowd, it's so good. They don't need my help, but really go watch
But
it.
whatever
It's
you do not accidentally watch the American version pilot because
Yeah,
it's
no, that sucked.
terrible.
Joel McHale is not funny.
Well,
Putting that out there.
Wow, Joel McHale.
Big fan of the show, Joe McHale.
No longer a big fan of the show.
Don't want him to be.
Ouch.
Wait, do people actually like him?
I thought he was
they
good
No,
in
right?
Community.
They keep
Yeah,
paying him.
he's all right.
I don't know who
No.
you guys are. I don't know who he is.
See?
He doesn't
Yeah,
know
it's
anything
just-
about anyone. Well, good for you.
I'm glad you're here. This guy showed up for no reason. I love it.
My friend's here, so.
I'm very happy.
I'm
to
glad
have
you dragged your friend to this. We appreciate
Yes,
that.
we greatly appreciate.
We
it.
appreciate everyone here. This was actually this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more than we expected. So
There you go.
very happy about that. And I won.
And
Today's
Dean
a good
won.
day, and I get to wear this for a whole nother day.
I'm proud of you.
Tomorrow I might just no clothes, whatever. Maybe just boxers. Can't tell me what to do. Whatever, fine. I mean, I just want to wear it free and breezy, but fine. No, whatever, it's fine. Cool. All right, so I think that's it.
Well, I mean, we have some time to
We
go.
do have some time.
To
What-
go through.
what
We
does
have a
anybody
half
wanna
an
talk
hour,
about?
So, does anybody have any questions? Anything at all that you would like us to discuss?
We do. I mean, this is a video game podcast. Just because we're at the convention, we like to keep it a little free and loose.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean-
if you guys do have any questions for us pertaining to video games or anything like that, we'll be happy to answer them.
If you want to know a little bit more about us, I mean, I don't know how many of you actually listen to the show, but we're kind of a retro game podcast with a little bit. It's just kind of us talking about video games and the video game industry, but from a retro gamer's perspective, which is kind of what we do. And we do trivia stuff, and we make terrible jokes, and Dean does a thing and wears a kimono, and that's pretty much the way our show goes. So
Wait, I have to wear the kimono every time we do the
Yes.
podcast? Oh, God.
your new name is Kimono Lord.
I love it. That's so
Oh,
much better than
no.
Vest Lord. All right, cool. I'm going to go by Kimono Lord now.
All right, well, you have a question.
Yeah, so you guys were talking about vendors on pricing and stuff. That's like totally awkward to me. Like if there's a set price on something and you're trying to make it lower. I'm not used to that.
Well, this is the Wild West. You gotta,
First rule, there is no set price. That price is a suggestion.
now,
it
if you're at a
is- it is the
GameStop,
hopes
don't try
and
to,
dreams.
go
I've
there.
haggled
and-
at GameStop. I've haggled at GameStop for used games.
I've never done that. Apparently, those prices are pretty set since I worked there at one point. So, from what I
I
remember,
think
anyway.
we all worked there at one point.
Yes.
We did.
No,
Well.
you have to look at it like these people have put their time and creativity into making a thing, and to them, it's worth $20. But if it's only worth $15 to you, you're not them, so offer them $15.
They have the
Maybe
right
you
to
meet in
say
the
no,
middle,
and
you know,
that's
like
okay.
this-
That's right. They
Yeah.
do. Also, if there's something you have your eye on, but it's a little too pricey for you, come back at the end of the day. If it is still there, they are more than likely going to sell it to you for cheaper because they don't want to pack it up again.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, you're gonna get
wasn't
that
an
activator
exaggeration.
for nothing tomorrow.
I'm hoping for it. Yeah, but that wasn't an exaggeration. They've apparently been carrying these things around for a while, and vendors don't like to carry that stuff around with them because I mean that's why they come to these shows is to sell product. And when they mark things up, and at least this is just from what I know about it. When they put prices on things, this is the price that they would love to sell it for. But it's entirely possible that they can let it go for less, or if they like you, and they might let it go for even less. I mean, there was a guy at South Jersey Geek Fest that gave me an empty box for Final Fight for Super Nintendo. I had no money. He gave it to me for free because I wanted it so badly, and he was a very nice guy.
And if that fails, go tell them you're on a podcast. Be like, I'll promote you on the show.
Yeah, actually, when I told them we were gonna plug the kimono on there, she just got all excited and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, of course." I mean, I'm gonna tell them where I bought this sweet kimono. Where you guys should definitely, everyone in here, buy a kimono.
Go buy a kimono.
I mean, at the end of the day, what's great about conventions is the people that are selling the stuff here are just as big of a fan as you are. This isn't like going to Best Buy or Toys R Us or anything like that. All these people are here because they want to be here and they love this stuff just as much as you do. So they're going to recognize that in you. And as long as you're reasonable about it, they're usually reasonable back. I mean, there are a few jerks out there that think they're the second coming and charge way too much for their stuff. But generally speaking, they'll either work with you or they'll tell you why they can't. Especially if you're buying more than one thing. I find if you buy more than one thing, they'll usually lump it together for a smaller price.
Yeah, you just have to be careful. Like, there is someone who on the show floor who's selling a big Perler Bead Metroid, and it's awesome, and it's really cool, and it's $75. Now, you can't go up there and be like, I'll give you 10, right? Because, of course they're going to laugh at you. But tomorrow at the end of the show, 65 might work. You never know. It's just
You
no harm in
can also
asking.
kind of read the people. Like that person in particular, I said, how much is the Metroid? And he said, it's 75. And I went, okay. He
That's a
apparently
firm
doesn't want to talk
75.
about this. but sometimes they'll get up and they'll be like, oh, it's this thing and it's this much because this is how long it took me to make it and, all this kind of stuff. And if they'll engage in a conversation with you, then it never hurts to ask. No one's going to get offended. They'll either say they can or they can't.
Yeah, so there's that. I mean, what did you guys did? Chris, you saw a bunch of stuff. I mean, what do you have your eye on today?
I have, oh geez,
Many eyes?
many things that I really want to see. I mean, I've talked about on the show before how much I love Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap for Sega Master System. I adore that game to death, and I've only played it on the Wii Virtual Console, but I've seen a couple of copies of it complete in box, somewhere around like $40, $45. So I'm thinking of that. Clearly, I would love to buy a copy of Little Samson for NES, but I don't have $1,500, so I'm going to have to let that one go.
Chris, what are you talking
You're
about? This
insane.
podcast just generates thousands of dollars every time we do a
yes.
show.
Yes,
We'll set up a collection tin at the door.
Yes. Buy me Little Samson for NES. If anybody hasn't played Little Samson, it's a very cool action platformer for the NES. Taito, I think, published it. I hope I'm not making an ass of myself, but it's a really the graphics are great, the animation style is great. It's a really late-term NES game, so it looks and sounds really, really good for an NES game, but it's also crazy rare. And don't you take that off.
I was about to say, you're not even going to make it to the end of the podcast? Jeez. We're going to take your win
Goodness,
away.
yeah, we are going to take your win away.
I was airing it out.
Shame.
Somebody get me a bell so I can walk behind you and shame you the rest of this conversation.
Nice.
That wasn't even funny. Don't laugh. It's convention, not conversation.
Does he have
Damn it.
Does he have to superimpose somebody else's face on his body too?
Yes.
I like how you stopped mid-sentence to tell me not to take it off, too. That was good.
It was important.
It was. But, Dan,
Yes.
you know what we're doing later?
What are we doing later?
We're going to watch some wrestling. No, we're not watching wrestling. You got to go home.
Yeah, I know. I have to go.
We're gonna watch him wrestle.
We are going to watch wrestling,
found-
and we're
sad
going to text
I'm
you
not gonna
about
watch
it.
wrestling.
I found cool things. I want to talk about them.
What do you want
Tiff,
to talk
what you
about?
got going on?
There is a booth out there, and I have forgotten their name because they wouldn't sell me their thing for less than $25. But had they, I would have told you what their name is. But they have plaques that are spot-on reproductions of classic video game boxes, and they are awesome.
Oh, I saw
They have
those.
a Mega
Those are
Man
great.
1 that captures the travesty of the Mega Man in a way that cannot be described.
The travesty of the
And
Mega
it's,
Man. I love
it's
it.
like this big, and I wanted it so bad, but they're $25, and he wouldn't give it to me.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
Well,
we're
he
gonna
might
go
have,
back
but
and
he
get
couldn't
it
find the
because
owner. We might go back
that
and get it
needs to
because it's
hang
amazing.
By our
And they have
hang
Earthbound.
it up in your kid's room just to terrify them on a daily basis.
No. We could get the Kirby one for them, but they have Earthbound. They had
Mega Man 1 through 6,
well,
Mega
yeah,
Man X.
Super Metroid.
Wait,
They're
you said they had a
awesome.
They're really
Kirby?
cool.
Because Kirby's just nightmare fuel to kids. It's a pink blob that just eats everything.
Have you met my child, Katie? She is also a pink
I-
blob that eats everything.
Aww.
Oh, she's
That
not
was a little harsh.
She doesn't listen to the show. She doesn't know.
She's
She does
wee.
too.
They're
She
sort of
loves the
blobby.
show.
Shout out to Katie.
We
Big
should-
fan of the
You
show.
let her listen to this show.
We really shouldn't.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
She
well, we're
does
not
live
here.
with
It's
us.
it's the
You
show
know.
can get a bit
she
more out
would
of
welcome
hand.
the description.
She was very excited when we told her we were going to a convention. She went, "Oh, for Geekade?" And we're like, "Yes." You're an awesome kid. I know.
I guess that's a valid point that I haven't really mentioned so
No,
far.
you haven't.
So we are the Stone Age Gamer podcast, and this podcast is sponsored by StoneAgeGamer.com, which is an awesome website, and they have a booth here and all that other jazz. But we're also part of Geekade.com, which is our website where we have pretty much anything geek-related that you can geek out about, like anything from cooking to video games, comic books, anything at all. And it's
Kung Fu movies.
Kung Fu
As
movies,
of
yes.
yesterday.
As of yesterday, every Friday, Dan's going to be doing a thing on Kung Fu movies.
Yeah, we do a live thing with video game music.
That's true. We just did, speaking of Katamari, the other night we did a live podcast of the Katamari soundtrack. I host the Waveback Music podcast where I just play music from old video games and talk about how much I love them because I'm an extraordinarily big nerd. But it's really good stuff. So check out our website, geekade.com. That was fantastic.
Shout out
You
to
just
you, big
unlocked
fan
an
of Legend of
achievement.
Zelda.
It was even well timed. Like, it was great. That was awesome.
There is also somebody on the floor that's got a crocheted Katamari with
Oh my goodness, I
it's
saw
got
that.
magnets in it so you can roll over things and pick
I didn't
things up.
know it was magnetic.
It's got magnet. Oh God, I can't.
I almost stopped there. Yeah, they had they also had a Metroid and
A companion cube, which is what I
companion
really
cube,
wanted,
yes.
but it was $55.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
goodness.
back and get that too.
and it's not like it's not worth
Everyone knows how I feel about
$55.
Portal.
Yes.
Can I just say, like,
No.
Welp.
Dan, go on.
No, that was it. I just don't want him to talk. No, Dean, what were you going to say? Why are you whispering
Oh.
it to Chris?
Well, he does have a valid point.
What's that?
That amiibo prices are really high.
Oh, here?
Dumb high.
I didn't
That
even
was-
look.
Don't cause a riot in here.
No, we're all on the same team here, right?
Oh,
Amiibo
God, I
prices
saw
are
that.
way too high. I walked by because I was very lucky enough to get a copy of Splatoon for my birthday, and I really want to get one of
too.
those Splatoon amiibos. You did?
Yes, I did.
Awesome.
Yay,
It's
June
really
birthday.
fun so far. I'm enjoying the crap out of that game. I've only really played the single player so far because I don't have any spare time, but I'm really
Or
loving
friends.
it. It's true. Hey, you don't need friends. There's no voice chat. I don't need friends. I can talk to strangers.
Well, we're gonna do a live stream of that pretty soon.
That's true. Yeah, Dean and I are probably going to do a live stream at some point. But yeah, so I walked over. I don't remember what the name of the booth was, but they were selling the Splatoon amiibo for like $40 or something, and I was just my mind was blown
Goddamn
because
animals.
they haven't
Like,
been out that long.
Is it the single or is it the triple?
It was the singles. They
oh
were like,
God, that's ridiculous.
I saw Robin for 65. I saw Shulk for 70.
holy crap on a pita. That's insane.
Don't crap on pitas. They're delicious.
That's why it's an insult.
That's how
But-
this works.
Those aren't out yet, right? Yeah.
That I saw, and that, you know, if you're gonna charge more for it,
Oh,
whatever,
those are
fine.
amazing.
You know, but
Yeah, there are some great custom amiibos out there on the floor. I saw.
I think we just found our new business venture.
I
the
saw,
Pikachu's. I saw them. They were really neat. Yeah, that's cool. You know, if you're gonna customize and charge more, that's one thing. But don't sell me an in-box amiibo for like $30, $40 more than what they normally cost. That's absolutely bananas to me.
because I mean they're putting them back in production in waves. I mean, like
Yeah.
Pitt and Little Mac are coming back in sometime in the next couple of months or so, and I mean it's crazy that we've talked about it on the show how much the amiibo thing is psychotic, and I've drawn my line on which amiibos I'm getting and which one I'm not, but
A very fluid line.
It was a fluid line. I've narrowed it down. I'm only getting one character per franchise, so that's my line. But then they announced a Chibi Robo amiibo, and I can't not own that. It's adorable, and it's almost life size.
Are you getting a Rob?
No, I'm not gonna get a Rob because I have a Rob. So
But
I
you
know,
can
but
get
He has
you
a
could
real
for your
Rob.
Rob.
We could put the
Rob
amiibo.
could
get a
hold
mini
We
Rob.
could just put the
Rob.
chip in the Rob.
Are you going to get the 8-bit? Are you going to get the 8-bit Marios or
no, I don't think we
The
get
yarn
those.
Yoshis are
The
adorable.
yarn Yoshis are adorable. I might need to get one of those just because of
See,
sheer
and this is
adorability.
the only time that I will say this, but because pre-ordering is stupid for the most part because it encourages like, hey, we're gonna hold back a bunch of content from you if you buy unless you buy a game from a certain place. Pre-order amiibos so you don't have to spend $70 on
Yeah,
them.
that's true. I think
Like, just
GameStop
go
does that
pre-order
now.
them.
But
Toys R Us is still pre-ordering them.
Yeah, they go
Do they?
fast. I'm not
don't-
sure.
Are you? Oh, come, God.
Jeez.
Either that, or we could go get jobs at Nintendo. That's another thing.
Everyone
we
in
could
the
do.
All
room
of you
get
go
jobs
get
at
jobs
Nintendo.
at
Let's go get hired by Nintendo.
And reward us with amiibos.
That's right.
Be at the right place at the right
Wait
time.
a minute, didn't you have a job at Nintendo?
I did have a job at Nintendo, yes, and it was like one of the
So
most...
this is your fault.
Yes, it was clear. It was all my fault. It was all my doing.
You and Reggie got in the same room and just planned this all out.
Yeah, it was me and Reggie just sitting around. He was eating burgers, and
The
I was like, "Yo,
Reginator?
amiibos, we gotta limit those. Nobody's gonna want those things."
No.
No, I did very briefly have a job working for Nintendo, and it was amazing. But I got to go out to their corporate headquarters in Washington, which was like the most glorious time of my life. And I am sad that the job ended, but you know, it was a seasonal position. So, but it's well worth it. They're a fun company to work for, as you would imagine. Amiibos.
Chris, we should cite the great Amiibo ride of 2015.
Should we?
We should incite it, like right now.
Right in this room,
Right
just
now,
start
we're
chanting
just gonna
Amiibo.
I think. Don't we want to be able to come back here?
Yeah, I don't think we want to do that. Close the door. We'll have a riot in this room. We'll fight each other over the amiibo we don't have.
That poor guy's going
I
to come
think
in here. He's going to be like, all right, it's time to...
Why is everyone dead?
I think that's just a
Chairs
sweet rave
everywhere,
party.
small fire in the middle, like... Kimonos ablazing. Oh, God.
It's like a dead elephant in the corner. Like, how did you get that in here? Where did it come from?
Employees only entrance. It's perfect.
Oh, it's perfect. There's
That's
just
where they keep the elephants.
That's where
Really?
they keep the elephants.
Naturally.
Baby elephants. That even
Oh.
even
You
more
can't-
sad
you
to
can't
slaughter.
Kill a baby
What?
elephant.
Why does our audience want to kill baby elephants? That's,
Because how are we going to fit a regular elephant?
really
we're
gonna
now
have
at the
to-
point where I'm uncomfortable.
We're gonna have to set
That
up some
takes
sort
a
of a
lot.
screening process.
Well,
He does
I-
have a valid point.
oh,
There you
true.
go.
Now we're just going to be killing endangered animals?
Look, I mean, let's
Things
be
are
honest.
taking a
if we-
turn.
If we're just going to be technical about it, you kill an elephant, you lay it on its side, it's fitting in this room. It doesn't matter how big the elephant is.
Well,
Still
I mean,
doesn't solve the problem of getting the elephant through the door. Like,
And then none of
Well, it
us will
doesn't
have
have to be-
amiibos at the end.
and
And
as
then
long
the-
as it's alive in the first place, because if you kill it outside, you can just bring it in piece by piece.
Why are we...
you-
No!
That's
Stop!
Excellent point, Chris. Get me my chainsaw.
Are we having elephant barbecue now? What's going on?
Elephant barbecue, best day ever. I have never had elephant steak, but I bet it is exquisite.
Can we call this episode I've Never Had Elephant Steak?
We can
Yes.
now.
That is the name of the episode.
For those of you who have never listened to the show before, which I know is a fair few
All
of
of
you,
you.
this is usually what it's like. It usually devolves into, like, we could bring in elephants piece by piece. I don't know how we ever get there, but we usually do.
I can't believe that nobody actually suggested the most obvious answer, which is a shrink ray.
Well, see, I was going to say that we should perhaps arrange a viewing of the documentary film Operation Dumbo Drop, and then... No?
Starring
Stop.
Dennis Leary.
Stop!
I was about to say, where are we going to get a shrink ray? And then I remembered where we are. And there probably is one out there.
Now the question is, where do we get a copy of Operation Dumbo?
Could we get a
You don't
portal
own
gun
a copy
instead?
of Operation Dumbo Drop. It's the finest documentary ever made.
I bet we could fit an elephant through a portal.
Oh.
Portal guns for
Portal
everyone.
gun is the answer.
It's
mean-
like the Zapruder film.
Portal is always
Operation
the
Dumbo
answer.
Drop, The Godfather. Like that's
How do we go from elephants to The Godfather?
that classic line. Drop the guns, grab the elephant. Never no.
No, I don't think that's how that goes.
Jesus, Dean. I don't know what version of the film you're watching.
Not that one, apparently. But, I mean, just to keep you guys in the loop here about all the ridiculous episode names that we've had.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's see what I got. A somewhat tame one. Biscuit restrictions. That was
That one is an excellent episode.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was
the-
about Witcher
that was
3.
about Witcher 3. There's Buckets of Fun, which
Was about Mr. Bucket.
Mr. Bucket. God. Jackson Pollock is a terrible artist. I don't remember what the hell we were talking about.
It was
that
Dan
came
that
up.
said it, I can promise you.
Yeah, Jackson Pollock sucks.
There's
He has violent views
there you
on
go.
Jackson Pollock.
Guy is
pouches
awful.
and bulging pectoral muscles.
That's got to be Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely, we're having a Rob Liefeld conversation.
Panda services.
Well,
you just have to go ham.
Because you do.
you do. That's just life advice.
I'm not saying that a panda's giving you a hand job.
No, that was no way implied.
Oh, it was implied.
Was it? I thought. You know what? Never
I'm
mind.
gonna have to go back and re-listen
no.
to that episode.
There was oh
Jeez,
god,
TJ.
Tom Clancy's Reading Rainbow.
One of the best trivia episodes.
Yes, it was a.
Fuck.
Go back and listen to Tom Clancy's Reading Rainbow if you really want to hear Dean be embarrassed.
Oh, this one was one of my favorites. Barbie's Horse Nazi Adventure. There's one just with my name on it. Dean.
Oh, that was when you were a Pokemon.
Yes,
Yeah.
when you were a Pokemon.
Just as a fair warning, by the way, as well, we have kept it very clean today. Normally,
It's never this
on
clean.
the show,
It's never this clean. Yo,
We would've
did they have
dropped
like
the
character
F,
kimonos?
No.
And
million
there was
times
no
by now.
Pokemono because now I want a Pokemono.
Pokemono? No, you can go up to them.
We
and
just
ask.
found this episode's Kickstarter. Pokemonos, everybody, check it out.
You probably
I
could.
might have to ask to have
Yes.
Chris, I'm going to learn how to make them for you.
it made. The soccer team? Soccer. A Sakimono?
They play soccer?
You could be part of the Tokyo Hurricanes, man.
Speaking of
Hurricane-mono?
Hurricane-mono.
let's hear for the
Hurricane-mono.
U.S. women's national team.
You, sir.
All right, there's 4 of us. Yes.
On the topic of Pokemon now, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Abby Wambach is my spirit animal.
What?
Abby Wambach, national treasure. Adore her. Right along with me. The captain of the U.S. women's national team, which in the World Cup currently.
I thought that was a Pokemon. I was like, I've
Stay
never heard of
with the
that one.
times.
She could be.
Doduo. Because you can call them 2 names.
Bubsy.
Castlevania.
Why do you listen to the show? Oh, God.
I've
hate
been
Bubsy.
writing a piece for the website. I've been a Nintendo fanatic my entire life, and I had never played Pokemon because I was working in a video game store when Pokemon first came out, and kids drove me bananas asking for those Pokemon cards. And so
Pokemon
I
cards.
just yes, Pokemon cards.
Do you have those Pokemans?
Do you have the Pokemans?
But that's
Oh,
what
believe
the
me,
We
kids
had
say
to
is
deal with
No,
the
but
mothers,
that's what the
and to
parents-
the mothers, it's
Oh.
the Pokemans.
Do you have the Pokemans? I'm
Do you
looking
have
for
the
the
one that my
Pokemans.
son doesn't have?
I opened
Awesome.
this pack and it didn't have a Charizard in it. I want a refund.
That stuff happens, guys.
These
Don't
are
don't
true
work at video
stories.
game
Don't laugh.
stores.
Yeah,
It
don't.
sucks.
Yeah, don't do it. But so I eventually realized that it had been like 20 years or something, and I was ready to start playing the game. So I have started playing the original Pokemon Blue, and I write about it on the website. My experience of playing Pokemon for the first time. I haven't written about it in about a month and a half because I haven't played it in a while. But I promise I will go back to it.
Try
So-
playing the old Pokemon. It's pretty difficult. Actually, real quick, if you get a chance, they have a limited run of that Twitch Plays Pokemon. I bought one. I can't wait to play it. It's basically a super hard version of the original Pokemon with like a bunch of added stuff, like a what do they call those modes? Like a horde mode, but like the waves come at you. But there's waves of trainers, and it seems bananas. And I don't know. It costs as much as a new game. It was $50, but I really want to play it. I'm gonna
The
plug
whole
it into
game's
my.
I got to be
bananas.
honest, that was a really long story not to answer his question.
What was the question?
What's your favorite Pokemon?
I said Doduo.
He said yes. Mine is since I've only played the original one and I'm about maybe halfway through. I'm gonna stick it with Squirtle because I love my Squirtle. And I was pissed at him when he evolved into that War Turtle because he's got these little wings on his head. I'm like, what the hell are you wearing? Go back to being cute. And he's like, no, I'm gonna have this stupid Roman hat on and his tail's all curly or something. And I'll be totally fine if he evolves into Blastoise, because Blastoise is cool. But Squirtle is way cuter. I mean, look at that guy's hat. Look at that hat. Look at that Squirtle.
The hat you have on, dude.
The one on your head, sir. Come on, DJ,
that
get it
Squirtle
together.
is the cutest thing by far on that hat. I love that little guy. And I miss him in the new Smash Brothers. I'm sad he's not there. Tiff, what's your favorite Pokemon?
I was gonna say Squirtle, but I guess I can't now.
You can say Squirtle. There's
You're
enough
allowed
Squirtles to go around.
I'm gonna-
favorite.
I'm gonna say
It's okay.
Diglett.
Diglett.
Ooh, although I am a big fan of coughing. Just because I love when he shows up and goes, coughing. It's amazing.
My favorite name I ever saw for a Pokemon was a Doduo on Game Grumps called Bump and Dump.
That's not a good name.
That's now my favorite, Bump and Dump. Cubone.
Cubone, bone.
It's a little dinosaur-looking thing that walks around with his dead mom's skull. Like,
Illustrious Judge, what's your favorite
so
Pokemon?
So dark for a children's show. It's amazing.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm also quite fond of
Gonna go with
Jigglypuff.
Geodude. Your favorite
Oh,
Pokemon's now
Jigglypuff's
Geodude.
Jigglypuff.
Congratulations. Geodude is just Jay Payne's favorite.
All right.
All right, well, we got to...
We got the symbol.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yes, we got to start wrapping
Yeah, we gotta
things
wrap
up.
it
Do
up.
the thing.
Dean, do the thing.
So, if you guys like all the stuff that we just talked about today, including any of the crazy stuff, yeah, sure, we'll link it in. Don't pet me. Yeah, if you want to see more pictures of my kimono, because some of you guys weren't here to check this out, you can check out our show notes on geekade.com. Please, Jesus, don't pet me again. But also, it'll have all the links to our social media: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Tumblr, Tinder,
Can't imagine why that board
Grindr,
wasn't working.
Reddit. Yeah, any social ones. Did I go too far? We're not on those?
No, I think you went one too far there. You might went back to
all
turn
right.
up.
Okay, sorry.
Dean and I
Anyway,
are on
What
we're
you
on
do
a-
in your personal time is your personal
MySpace?
business. sir.
MySpace, yeah, we're on MySpace. We have a band. Bands.
Everyone.
But anyway,
Tom.
if you want to check that out, check out the show notes below. You can find us on Downcast, any sort of iTunes type of podcast gathering thing. Check us out on there. And check us out on our website, www.geekade.com. That's www.geekade.com. I can spell. Good for me. And besides that, thank you very much to the StoneAgeGamer.com for supplying us with these awesome shirts that we're all wearing on here. Check out their booth. Check out their EverDrives. Check out the new Dreamcast thing they came out with because it's freaking awesome. And yeah, I mean, they do tons of great stuff. And check out their website, www.stoneagegamer.com. I'm not going to spell that because it was a feat that I even got our own website right. And with that, I think we have to end it.
We do.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Yes, thank you very much for coming. We are the Stone Age Gamer Podcast. Check us out and enjoy the rest of the show. Yay, too many games. These chairs are awful.